Kia ora koutou katoa. My name is Tony Turanga. I am 56 years old and I currently reside in Sydney, Australia. I've been in Sydney for the past 34 years, and blessed years, may I say that. My field of work that I work in is with young people and with families, and more at the higher end of their trauma needs, their trauma support, um, their substance abuse, the breakdown in family. I've absolutely loved it. I've absolutely loved every single piece of the work that I've done. The biggest blessing working in this type of field is the many different types of people that you work with and that you meet. Talented, passionate, a passion to get their support across, a passion of wanting to share their knowledge and making a difference for that young person or that family. I've had the awesome pleasure of working with some absolutely tremendous role models and mentors, and they have been the young people themselves. They have been the young people. The young people have been well, how could I say it? They have been the reason of knowledge and passing knowledge and being in the field for such a long time, over 30 years for myself. The mentoring that you receive from a young person or from that dysfunctional family is absolutely powerful. They give you an opportunity to go in and look at a situation that that is traumatizing, and at the same time they give you the opportunity to help them work it out and get the right supports to ensure that they live an awesome future, or they're entitled to a future. I think one of the biggest and most powerfulest things that I know is that the change in our young people, they've kind of lost their way a wee bit, where it's really hard for them to determine what it is that they want from life, or what does life have to offer them. There are some awesome young people that are gifted and talented, that have awesome gifts, that are musically, lyrically, poetically, academically, they are just so blessed in so many ways, but unfortunately haven't had that opportunity to be empowered, to be encouraged, to be inspired, to push a lot further into what they are so capable of achieving, and the opportunities and the alternatives and the choices that are out there for them. So that's where we come along, and we provide them with that, to remind them, it's like ourselves, it's like a marriage. In a marriage, if your partner isn't telling you how important you are and how loved you are, eventually you'll end up with a perception. Well, it's the same thing with a young person as well. Our young people need to be empowered, they need to be encouraged, and they need to be inspired. They need to be told that if you can be proactive and productive to be constructive. And from all of that, you're going to be the person that you want to be, the person that you want to see, and all the outcomes and all the beautiful rewards that come with it. But that's how we work with our young people. That's really good for me to say on this. But there are so many young people, so many young parents that just haven't been able to grasp hold that it's all right to achieve. Working with young people back in the 1990s, compared to the 2000, from 2000 to 2010, and then from 2010 and 2020, the totally different young people. They have, well, not just that they're in from different generations, but their frame of thinking is so totally different. I remember in the 90s, it was about unified. It was the street gangs, there was the Crips, and there was the Bloods and all that. That was that part of how they were unifying themselves. And then from the 2000 to 2010, that type of young teenager was more substance. They were more focused on substances and alcohol. And then from 2010 up to where we are now, they're very, very vulnerable. They're very, they're a different type of young person. So where am I going with all of this? Is that the people that I work with, the people that I've worked with, and the people that are still to come, they've got a big job on their hands. We have got a big job on our hands. It is so big that it takes more than just a service, or it takes more than that. Every young person, their lives, I believe, regardless of the trauma that they're going through, there is a puzzle piece that everybody has, that we all have, that fits in to create change and positivity for that young person. We just need to hook up everybody that's got a piece of that puzzle for that person. Sometimes, those that are going through real bad, real heavy stuff can carry that for a number of years before the next piece of the puzzle comes in and clicks in. I'm so blessed to have an opportunity to talk on this platform, because it gives an opportunity to put it out that all those that I'm talking to you, I am a difference, you are a difference, we are a difference. I am a change, you are a change, we are the change. We create the differences for young people to improve, and not just to improve, but to improve our communities. Stronger together, and that saying's been around for a long time, but it's so true. Unify. I love the word unity, but in this world that we live in, this modern world, it is manipulated in so many different ways. The word unity, I mean, there's so many different types of, I can relate to gangs that I've worked with, and that they are tight. Some of the criminal gangs, they have a unified loyalty, but it takes a special kind of unity. It takes a spiritual unity that I'm talking about to make the difference for us to give what we have on the inside out to those that are waiting. And it, like I said before, it takes more than me. It takes me plus you plus yours plus theirs to make that difference. There's so many great stories about the great things that have been done, and I am so proud of all the great things that have been done for our young people and for families and for our community. We just need to keep it going, keep it rolling, keep it moving, and just keep our momentum flowing. Like I said before, I am absolutely blessed to be able to get this opportunity to jump on and have a yarn with you guys. So that's basically, I manage a drug and alcohol unit. Well, I've just finished that. I'm in the process now of, I've just finished my aptitude test for this other organization. hopefully to get in there and doing exactly the same thing, working with young people and helping families with drug addiction to alcohol or to drugs, but ultimately just to let them know and to remind them how important they are. Like I said before, met so many, and you probably have too, eh? How many young people have you spoken to, and you've asked them, well, what do you want to do? And they've says, I don't know. You know, and the difference there is that we're right there to ask that question. When they say, I don't know, and here we're thinking, well, we'll do it together. We'll find out together. And that's the power of unified, spiritually controlled outcomes. I believe that it takes a special kind of person. It takes a special kind of people. It takes the old saying, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, in this modern day that we live in now, it takes more than a village. It takes a city to raise a child. We're losing so many of our young people to different circumstances, and circumstances that aren't good. But like I said, if we can do it together, me plus you, plus you, plus you, plus you, we are the change. So I'm actually looking forward to meeting anybody and everybody that shares the same concept, that our young people, regardless of what they're going through, have the ability to become anything that they want to be, anything that they, and anything that they believe that they can't, that they can. Why? Well, because we are there. Me plus you, plus you, plus you. I quite often say before I wind up, when I talk to young people and they explain the problem, I'm forever saying to them, the problem with the problem is that the original problem that was the problem is no longer the problem, because the problem that you're thinking about now is just added the problem onto the problem. Now the problem with that is the problem that was the original problem is no longer the problem. There are so many different ways, so many different layers that a situation can occur for a young person. That's why it takes a special person like me, plus you, plus you, plus you, plus you, to make the difference. Well, if you're in agreement with that, then let's unify. Let's use the city, let's use our community to raise our children, to create change. Unify together as one. You can't beat it. You can't beat the spiritual side of unified spirituality. With that, thank you very much.